Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing well and staying safe and healthy during these times. This is Radhika here again, and this video is going to be about why do narcissists love the holidays. So I have a few videos coming on this holiday series because these are issues coming up a lot currently in the collective, and just from people I interact with, from my clients, I'm getting to know that these are the like current topic issues in the collective empath wounding or scapegoat wounding or whatever you want to call it. Um, so so yeah, it's going to be like a little bit of a series of these videos. Um, so why do narcissists love the holidays so much? So the short answer is that holidays are a good supply for the narcissistic people. It's a good narcissistic energy supply source for the narcissists, because a lot of people, especially the closest family, comes around, and it's the narcissistic person who has generated all of these family dynamics, who has put these triggers in place for various people, and who has kind of like formed this kind of a universe of dysfunction around the family, right? So of course, when everyone of their universe, the universe of their creating, comes together, it's more fun for them, because then they get to play with the characters that they have created, kind of like how a writer plays with the characters of the story that he or she is writing. Um, so that's the short answer, that they get a lot of narcissistic supply from this family of their creation, where they have kind of created someone to be the golden child, someone to be the scapegoat. Someone is always like the clumsy one, someone is always like the beautiful one, etc., etc. And so what they get to do is basically they get to reinforce these roles that they have assigned to these people. So one person is always the butt of all the jokes, or one person is always like someone we look after, like we look up to that person. Another person might be like, oh, this person is always late, something like that. So everyone's position gets reinforced, and in that, also the narcissist's position gets reinforced. So it's a covert narc mother who's always like the martyr, that I do so much, I cook so much, I'm the one who hosts all the holidays, I'm the one. So it's always like she does and does and does and does, and so you're always under this guilt of how much she's doing for you since your birth, and you're always in debt to her. So if you have a covert narcissistic mom, it's going to be like that. If it's an overt narcissist, it's always like how disappointed I am in you, or how how bad you turned out, or how you can never match up to me, or how just basically angry I am at the whole world or at you, or like just those things. So that'll be like the overt narcissist's behavior, that just total disappointment in you basically. So a lot of shame, a lot of shaming. So yeah, so basically they get to also reinforce their own position in this dysfunctional dynamic, so it's good for them. Then they get to torture the scapegoat of the family again, and kind of put that person in the bottommost position, so that they can maintain this hierarchy of, the whole family can maintain the hierarchy. So it's not just the narcissists who are happy by this, but also like the golden child, the forgotten child, etc., etc. Even they feel that, okay, at least I am not the scapegoat, some sort of a relief like that they feel when this dynamic gets reinforced. So then also another reason is that they get to groom the next generation of this family to continue this dysfunction. So if you look at narcissistic families closely, if the narcissism comes from the grandparents, which it usually does, they always try to assign roles even to their grandkids. So one grandkid is like the golden child, another grandkid is like the scapegoat, Another child is like the forgetful one or the clumsy one or something like that. And what happens is the golden child of these grandparents usually picks on that very quickly, and then again they also start their own grooming of this new generation of this family. So so in short, they try to continue the dysfunction throughout the family generations, um so yeah, that's another reason. Then one more reason is that it's a good place to kind of trigger people and create family drama. So the narcissistic person, especially if they are like a covert narc, they are much more in contact with the rest of the family except the scapegoat probably. And so they know a lot of things, they know a lot of internal dynamics going on within the family. And then they will kind of create some situation in which the scapegoated person will be pushed to a point where he or she has to react. And then as soon as the reaction happens, it will be the same cycle again, that you're oversensitive, you're overreactive, you should be thankful, etc., etc., all of those things. And the more triggered the scapegoat is and the bigger drama they create, it's more of like gossip material, or more like ammo for them for the next few months, for gossip, etc. So basically they are just trying to fulfill their own needs of drama, and to create this polarity that is required for any good drama, they have to create these characters in the family. So they can actually watch a drama on TV, but they would rather have it in their own family. Um, so yeah, so I guess like these are the reasons that narcissists love holidays. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot. Also, they like to play the victim. So it's a good stage for them, right? If the narcissistic person also has some traits of borderline personality disorder, and say they have been feeling unstable for a while, then they kind of wait till the holidays to sort of unleash all their acting abilities, all the drama abilities that they have, so that they have an audience. Because if they don't have an audience, the drama doesn't really satisfy them. Or maybe like if there's no audience, the drama actually becomes more self-sabotaging for them than sabotaging other people. So the anger and the frustration actually gets turned inwards on them instead of going outwards on other people. And they don't want to do that because then it harms themselves, and they don't want that. So yeah, so basically I think these are the reasons that I don't know why my hair is like this. um, that's the reason narcissists love holidays. And if you have any other reasons that you can think of, please do write them in the comments. And I hope you have a good holiday in spite of all the narcissistic drama that might be going on in your family right now. As always, I wish you all a lot of love and a lot of light. Thank you. Bye.